You guys, something crazy just came out in the form of an update sneak peek, and it's more along the lines of a tease of what I presume is going to be coming in this update right around the corner. Now, I just got done watching it, so we can already confirm right in the beginning of the video that the Brawl Talk is on for tomorrow before we watch this video together. But I want to watch it, it's very short, and then we're going to kind of break it down a little bit, try to get something from it. But I also want this video to be a discussion. I want you guys to voice your opinions in the comments down below. What do you think this all means? Because it's all very exciting. And I do want to remind you, with the Brawl Talk coming out tomorrow, as well as the update shortly coming after that, I'm going to be covering everything in its entirety, whether that be sneak peek information regarding dev build, showing you guys footage exclusively before it's actually released. I'm going to be covering it all as soon as I possibly can, so make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, stay notified. But yeah, guys, without any further ado, let's get into this video. Here we go. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff in this 40-second clip, a lot of information jam-packed into this sucker, and it goes very fast. So we're going to try to divulge as much information from it off the very first viewing, but after that, we'll kind of break it down frame by frame and take a look at what it all is. So guys, let's take a look at it together. Here we go. I'm going to try to keep up, but we'll have to see. So, Band-Aid, Hyper Bear, okay. let's just watch it. Thorny Gloves, I saw that one. Demolition, Tough Guy, Curveball. Sponge, Healing Shade, Rocket number 4, Screeching Solo, Mama Squeeze, Rolling Reload, Coiled Snake, Shocky, Pat on the Back, Meteor Rush. What the heck does this stuff mean? I love the music as well, guys. What the heck? Well Oiled, Brawl Talk tomorrow. Oh, guys, it gives me like the chills. I love this stuff. Alright, so now that we're done watching it for the very first time, I want to make sure that we're picking this apart a little bit further. So what we're going to be doing is analyzing it in each group of 3 words and see if we can't draw some sort of connections to Brawl Stars. As well as, like I said before in the beginning of the video, make sure to let me know in the comments down below if you have any theories revolving around this. I want this to be a really great discussion. These types of videos, I love to hear your guys' opinions, so let's get into it. Okay, so the first 3 words, we have Band-Aid, Hyper Bear, as well as Protective Pirouette. And I know pirouette has to do with something with dancing, and I looked up the definition, and it is an act of spinning on one foot, typically with a raised foot touching the knee of the supporting leg. So like in ballet, stuff like that. Now, I don't know what would correlate to that in the game, but Hyper Bear, we have knee as bear, and Band-Aid, I'm not sure if that correlates with anything specifically in the game. I guess it could mean like healing of some sort or patching something up. I'm not sure. Okay, so next 3, we have Magnum Special, Robo Retreat, and Thorny Gloves. So Magnum Special, we have one brawler with Magnums, and I believe that's Colt. Robo, we have plenty of robots in the game, and Thorny Gloves, that kind of reminds me of Rosa. So again, very interesting. Next 3. Okay, so next 3, we have Demolition, Tough Guy, and Curveball. So Demolition could correlate to anything obstacle clearing in the game. We have plenty of brawlers with supers that can clear obstacles. I don't know what else it could correlate to. Maybe a specific brawlers that have like a Demolition-esque. I'm not sure. Tough Guy, there are plenty of tough guys in the game. We have Bull, Primo. What else is there? There's so many. Frank is definitely a tough guy. And then we have Curveball. I don't know what that would be. There's nothing really specific. I guess Brawl Ball, because ball, but I don't know. You can curve a ball in soccer or football, if you want to call it that. Like a 3-toed ball, right? Curving it, but I don't know. Super interesting. What do you guys think about the curveball? Next 3. Next 3, we have Extra Noxious, Sponge, and Healing Shade. So right off the get-go, Sponge, I'm having a hard time drawing correlations to Sponge. Like soaking up something, I'm not certain. I'm sure you guys can come up with really good theories about that one. I'm trying to look at this or approach this at like surface level. What's the first thing that comes to my mind? Healing Shade. So we have a lot of healing mechanics in the game, and then Shade is kind of ringing a bell of like mysterious things in the game. So like a Tara, Jean, Frank, Mortis, something along those lines. And then Extra Noxious. So I looked up the definition of noxious just to get a little bit more of a clear picture, and we have harmful, poisonous, or very unpleasant. So the really interesting thing in that definition is definitely poisonous. So we have a couple different poison mechanics in the game. Number 1, Poison Cloud in Showdown. Number 2, Crow and Barley both have like poison mechanics, poison-esques to their characters, so that could be correlated to those things. Moving on, we have Rocket number 4, Screeching Solo, and Mama Squeeze. So of course, the very first one is screaming to me, Rocket. We have Brock. Brock shoots rockets. And then we have screeching solo. So that kind of reminds me of like musical stuff. So Poco. Is there anything else that's musical in the game other than Poco? And then Mama Squeeze. And the first thing that comes to my mind is like Pam. If you guys didn't know, in beta phases, the very first thing that they were calling Pam in like dev build and stuff like that was Mama J. Which is a lot of the reason why people are like kind of correlating Pam to being Jesse's mom, and just kind of that mother figure in the game, I guess. Okay, so the next three, we have Rolling Reload, Coiled Snake, and INVISIHEAL. So that last one is really, really interesting to me, but Rolling Reload, not super certain. We have a lot of rolling things inside of Brawl Stars. We have the ball in Brawl Ball. We have Daryl when he's in his super. We have BB's super. Carl, technically, he's rolling when he's in his cart, I guess. Coiled Snake. That one has gotten me stumped. I'm really not certain about that one. Give me your guys' best theories about Coiled Snake. But INVISIHEAL. We have one invisibility mechanic in the game, I believe, and that's Leon. Well, that's the first thing that comes to my mind. INVISIHEAL. So, invisible healing, I guess. Interesting. Okay, so we have Shocky, batting stance, and pat on the back. So do we have any shocking mechanics in the game? So that could be pertaining to like stunning mechanics. So your Franks, your Shellys, things along those lines. Also, Jessie kind of pops into my mind with like her Scrappy as well as her basic attack. That could also be pertaining to like that Shocky thing. Is there anything else in like game modes? I'm not really sure. Nothing really comes to my mind right off the get-go. Batting stance. We have BB. Most definitely. Batting. Baseball. BB has that bat. And wasn't there something else earlier on, another phrase that had to deal with like baseball or balls in general that could also be correlated to BB? Next, pat on the back. Nothing really reminds me straight up in the game except like supportive mechanics. So like your healing mechanics. Poco, Pam, maybe even like Jean could be classified as like a supportive brawler. Anyone with that healing mechanic. That's what kind of comes to my mind with that one. The next three, we have Meteor Rush, Snappy, Sniping, and Balls on Fire. Meteor Rush, we have Meteor Shower inside of the Showdown event modifiers. That's about all that comes to my mind. Snappy Sniping, we have Piper. We got our sniper, our sniping brawler in the game, Piper, and then Balls on Fire. I don't know. We have, again, a lot of balls in the game. That one's really funny. That one's making me giggle. Okay, so we have Snare Bear, Well-Oiled, and Carrion Crow. So I looked up Carrion, and it means the decaying flesh of dead animals. So, I mean, Crow is in there, so of course we can paint the picture correlated to Crow. And then Carrion kind of speaks to me as like poison, decaying, stuff like that. So I think that one is pertaining to Crow. Snare a bear. We have bears in the game. Snare, stunning mechanics, I guess. And then Well-Oiled. That reminds me of like robots in the game as well as like possibly Barley with his basic attack. So we have 27 different terms in this 40-second clip. So we have 26 different brawlers. Okay, so at the end here, going over a few things. So I was trying to take a look at this very objectively, correlating it to specific things in the game, but every single one could be pointed back to a specific brawler in a game. And since there's 27 different terms, it's kind of along the same lines as the amount of brawlers that we have, so we can kind of go off that, where I think a lot of these are pointing to either like a special ability that the brawlers are going to be receiving, or like we've said previously in the videos and the things that we are hoping for on our wish list, something to do with star powers, whether that be a revamp, whether that be a double star power, or different triple star powers, or anything along those lines. That's kind of the end game, end thing that's kind of coming into my mind after reading through all these terms. I mean, you could stretch it for some of them, correlating it to specific things inside the game other than the brawlers, like we did taking a look at it very objectively when we were going over the terms. Like the toxic part could technically be the gas in Showdown, but it also could be Crow's poison mechanic, you know what I mean? However, since some of them are so blatantly targeted towards specific brawlers in the game, like the Brock one with the rockets, as well as one literally had Crow in the name itself, we can use that as leverage to kind of go off of as evidence to kind of give a little bit more credibility to the ones that could be something else in the game. Maybe that three-toed curveball that we were talking about. It could be like in Brawl Ball, but I mean, that could also be correlated to a specific brawler in the game as well. But yeah, make sure to let me know what you guys think about all this. Like I said before, this stuff is very very, very interesting to me. I love the days when there are like sneak peeks and teasers like this. It gets the community all riled up and talking about one specific thing. It's just a lot of fun. So I know what I'm leaning towards, and that is like a special ability for specific brawlers or that star power. That is what I'm leaning towards as of right now. So this sounds super, super interesting. I'm in love with this sneak peek so far, and I cannot wait for the Brawl Talk tomorrow. So guys, if you're excited, make sure to slap the like button, as well as make sure to comment down below like we said before, and make sure you're subscribed, guys. Stay notified. I'm going to be covering the Brawl Talk in its entirety, as well as the update that will be shortly coming after that. If it's dev build, if it's sneak peeks, you guys know your boy Ray will be on that right away. So guys, with that being said, make sure to keep out for the Brawl Stars, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace out.